Hello everyone and welcome back. If it's your first time here, please take a moment to subscribe and give me a follow on Instagram. The robot overlords appreciate it. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the CJRB Gobi, so power through that intro with me and enjoy those sweet close-ups. This knife is named the Gobi, after the massive Gobi Desert in China, and it is made by CJRB Cutlery, which is the budget-orientated subsidiary of Artisan Cutlery. The Gobi opens using a flipper tab, which I prefer over button locks. We all remember how that went last time.
To illustrate your issue with deploying it.
It's just not...
Press and let go.
Press
as soon as you flick, let go.
Okay. The blade locks securely when it is open, due to the liner lock that you see here. And it also runs on ball bearings, which I enjoy since the blade deploys very smoothly. The handle materials is one of my latest obsessions. It is known as jade G10 or natural G10. And I've seen a ton of people dyeing these handle scales, so of course, you also know that I must do it too. JG10 is somewhat translucent, and I think it would look really cool dyed different colors. G10 is a lightweight, durable composite of fiberglass and resin, and then compressed together. It provides a great grip while also resisting the elements without expanding or contracting. So this knife also features aluminum pivot collars and a backspacer that are anodized this nice orange color. I think it really pulls the knife together and it contrasts the jade handle really well. The blade shape that you see here is known by a few names. Some call it an upswept blade, some call it a trailing point, but for me, it reminded me of a Persian style blade. And there it is again, the history nerd is making her appearance. The blade grind is a simple flat grind, which gives it good cutting efficiency while maintaining strength, and due to the constant curve to the blade, it also makes a great slicer. Fun fact about the upswept shape, or Pesh Kabz, it originated in Iran at about the time of the 16th to 17th century, and it was designed to penetrate chainmail and other armor. The length of this blade is the longest one that I have in my collection so far at 3.5 inches, with an overall length of 8.25 inches. When it's closed, it measures at about 4.75 inches. And it comically does not fit in a lot of my pants. So, if you wear pants with small pockets and you want to carry this blade, I recommend that you learn how to sew larger pockets, or wander the world to find pants that are nice to you. As I always say, girl pants are stupid. Also, be sure to check the laws regarding what blade lengths that you can and cannot carry in your area. The Gobi has a deep carry pocket clip, which is great in the right pair of pants. The pocket clip is also reversible for people who are left-handed. The price of this knife is really reasonable. I picked this up for about $40, which I think is honestly a steal considering this next part that I'm going to talk about. This is my favorite feature of the knife, and I've saved the best for last. This blade steel is called AR RPM9. And what's so cool about this steel is that it's been made using a powder metallurgy. Steels made using this process have generally been only available on premium knives over $100, but as I mentioned, this knife is only $40. For those who don't know, the process of creating a powder metallurgy steel is different from the traditional metal casting process that's existed for centuries. Traditional metal casting involves melting all of the different elements that make up the steel alloy to liquid form, mixing the elements together, and then pouring this molten liquid into what is known as an ingot mold. And all the nerds out there know what ingots are due to having to farm them in almost every RPG game ever. But with powder metallurgy, it's a bit more sci-fi science-y. The elements are melted and combined into this liquid steel alloy and is forced through a nozzle by high pressure gases, which cause the steel to spray out into tons of tiny little droplets. These tiny droplets rapidly cool into solid spheres, leaving you with steel powder. Due to the rapid cooling process and the tiny size of each steel droplet, the elements in the steel alloy aren't able to separate like they do in large ingots. This creates a more consistent and stable steel alloy, which in turn can be used to make a knife that is tougher and has a finer edge carbides. If you want to learn more, I recommend that you take a look at some of the links that I've added below. There are many reasons why I like this knife. It's aesthetically very pleasing, and one of the main reasons that I actually bought it. It's very sleek both in open and when it's closed. I also really like the JG10 with the orange accent pieces. I can't wait to try to find a matching bead for this. Now for the things that I'm not a huge fan of. And honestly, it's really only one thing. I really wish that they put a cover over the slot milled in the handle scale on the side that you don't have the pocket clip installed on. Even if it was just another orange accent piece or something stainless steel to match the pocket clip. I think it really would have elevated the look overall because honestly, it feels a little incomplete to me. So, for those who care, I actually bought this nail polish about 10 years ago at Victoria's Secret. I wanted to do a spooky Halloween nail set and I never got around to it, but it worked out very well, I think. Sadly, I really don't think you can buy it anymore, so I apologize if you really like this but can't find it. As always, I try to end with something inspirational, something nice because even though the sun has stopped feeling like the angry sun from Mario, the world is still sort of burning. So my inspiration for you today is if you like barbecue sauce, I recommend trying some bachans, if you can find it near you. It's great on grilled meats and veggies, and I've been obsessed with adding it to the chicken that I put in my shin ramen that I make at home. It's like ramen ASMR. And if you've never had shin ramen and you like spicy foods, I recommend that you try it too. And if you've never had ramen, I feel bad for you. Also, if you can subscribe and share my channel with your friends, I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow and it can help more people find out about me. Thank you everyone for taking the time to make it to the end. My self-esteem thanks you. English is not my first language. The Plocket, wow.
Vroom, vroom.